There is a major issue with the exhaust system in the K1500 and I gotta get it fixed now. Yes, that's right. I've got to get this thing fixed because tomorrow, April 30th, is the last day to get entries, and then we're going to be pulling the winner of the K1500. You saw in the last video that we had a little bit of an exhaust issue. It sounded different. Check that out. We got exhaust coming out mid-range, and we have exhaust coming out there. That's not supposed to happen that way, is it? Now the sound is amazing. I love the way this sounds, but look at that. Oh my goodness gracious, that is absolutely horrible. So we're gonna head over to my boys here at Hi-Way Muffler. I'm down in Chevy, Kentucky, which is kind of like a little bit of the west end, southwest end of Louisville, and I gotta tell you, see the line right there? That is the line to get service here right at 8 a.m. This is definitely the place to go here in Louisville, and I'm super excited to let them work on the K1500 to get it fixed for you. Well, we got that dropped off, and I'm super excited about getting this problem fixed. I'm really shocked that this happened, but remember back when I changed the light, that was a 25-year-old light, so I'd have to assume this is a 25-year-old exhaust as well. So, but I'm super glad that I found it before, you know, the new owner gets it here in a couple days. With that being said, remember, today's Thursday the 29th. Friday the 30th is the last day to get your entries into winning this K1500. With the entries being said, there's been a lot of hate through this contest that I haven't experienced before, and I was really shocked by that. And all I can really go into saying is all you had to do was read the rules. I can't go into great detail on every single post that I do, every single video that I do, but there was free ways to enter, and then obviously we're doing a contest with more entries when you buy on ChevyDudeStore.com, and that's going to help a great charity and to offset the cost of the vehicle as well. I wanted to tell a quick story because I've been selling cars for 21 years and I help everyone, right? So it's a big misnomer that I really only help people who want to buy
a Corvette.
A Corvette, and that's not true. I'm really well known for sports cars, but I help people buy $1,000 cars. I help people buy $140,000 cars and all the way in between. I help people who pay cash, who have excellent credit, and people who have the crappiest credit in the world, but I try to help them do it right. So a couple years ago, I helped a really super nice family that follows me here on social media, and they didn't have the best credit, but they were getting their taxes done and they had their tax return coming, and we found a vehicle that worked correctly for them. And just to kind of give you an idea, nobody at the store knows this happened, but they literally only had $100 to put down to hold this vehicle for about 3 weeks. Now, go rest assured that in February or March when I sold this vehicle, the used car managers are not wanting to hold a vehicle for 3 weeks, right?
No.
Kind of stingy sometimes.
That's a little too long.
Right? They didn't want to do it. And I went to the used car manager. I'm like, what if I got you $1,000 non-refundable deposit? And they're like, okay, fine. I put the $900 on my personal credit card, and they had no idea because they wouldn't let me put $900 on my credit card, and I'm not too scared of this non-refundable BS stuff that they think that they can get away with. So I did that. As the car was parked and got through detail and through service and stuff like that, I found an exhaust issue. The used car manager simply was not going to fix it. When we have a subprime deal, a lot of times we have to pay a fee to the bank. We had a pretty big fee on this particular one, so he just wasn't willing to pay any money to fix it. But I didn't think that it was really right to send a car out that had an issue. Well, it happened to be an exhaust issue, which is why it goes into this video. So it was one of the flex tubes, right? You know what a flex tube is?
No.
Okay.
No clue.
So in case you don't know, it's a tube usually coming off of about the headers or so, maybe right before the catalytic converter, and it just flexes. It's metal, it holds, you know, the exhaust in, but it flexes some. There was a hole in one of them. So I sent it up to a local exhaust place right around the corner from the dealership, and they came back and said, hey, by the way, you need 2 flex tubes, and the cost is a little over $900. And I'm like, $900? my thought process was that I was just going to pay for this repair because, again, the used car department didn't want to do it. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay $900, you know, to repair this for the customer. And like, what do? I didn't represent the vehicle that way, stuff like that. So my boys at Hi-Way Muffler came through. So I knew about Hi-Way Muffler, but they are out of the way of the dealership. We're on the far east end of Louisville. They're on the kind of like the southwest end of Louisville. And it's just very inconvenient. It's about a 25-minute trip. So I call him up. Hey, what's the cost of this? He told me they're $125 per flex tube. I'm like, sweet, perfect. So I take it over there. I'm like, okay, I'm in it for $250. I'll fix it for the customer. And the customer doesn't even know this story, right? The customer has no idea that this even happened. So I take it over there. He says, hey, listen, you only need one flex tube, and it's $125. When I got over there, he only charged me 90 bucks. And that's why I use Hi-Way Muffler, and that's why I use like some of the amazing people in the country and know exactly who to use for. These guys are completely out of the way, but this was so important to me that I found this issue on the K1500 that I got it fixed, and I know that they're gonna fix it right because this happened 2.5 years ago on the customer's car, and they've never had an issue. So I'm gonna go home, get to work, because I got a crazy busy day. And then at the end of the day, we'll go get the truck from Hi-Way Muffler, and we'll check out what they fix. I'm really excited to see this fix. And of course, like I said earlier in the video, you have less than 48 hours to get your entries. So check out ChevyDudeStore.com, get your entries, and help out an amazing charity, Blessings in a Backpack. And we are all done here. He said, oh my gosh, look at that. He put a chrome tip on that thing. That thing is absolutely awesome. It deserves a chrome tip. I kind of was thinking about putting a chrome tip on this before, but let's get under here and check this out. Put some sunglasses on because it is bright down here. Look at that, all brand new muffler. Basically, we just had to do cat back up there. I checked the headers and everything looks good. Looks absolutely beautiful up here. Big shout out to Hi-Way Mufflers, man. I tell you, we drive all the way from the east end of Louisville to the southwest side of Louisville to do this, and it's about a 25-minute drive. And those guys are definitely the ones to do it. They told me, hey, would you bring your car over here so we get a picture in front of our Hi-Way Muffler sign? I love it.